Beautiful sunshine poking through the trees. And a camper right there. The trail. Whew. We got a tree here. Well, that's okay. Can't go under it, couldn't go around it, so we chose to go over it. I used to, many years ago, I used to teach aviation. I was a flight instructor, long time ago, different life. One of my students, Michelle, absolutely wonderful young lady. One day we were out for lunch somewhere, I think. We were walking along somewhere and we came to a gate. And it was so funny what she said. She said, well, we can't go under it. We can't go around it. We can't go over it. We better open it and go through it. And you can use that in anything. But anyhow, I just thought I'd no idea why I was thinking about that. Oh, Michelle, come to think of it. That was a lot of years ago. Huh. Anyhow, day, a sign. Frenchman's Creek Trail, that's Frenchman's Creek that we just crossed. And the Colorado Trail, that is what we're attempting to through hike. Okay, so day 15 begins with a beautiful sunrise through the trees. How pretty is that as it just kind of greets the day, starts the day, opens the day, begins the day. How nice. Looks like it's going to be yet and one more in oh, I don't know, a series of 5 or 6 days now without rain. I'm delighted for the hiking. However, unlike the Frenchman's Creek, a lot of the smaller water sources are drying up, making it just a little bit more challenging to get your water, although it hasn't been a big issue other than the other day when we really got ourselves in a pickle, but that was more bad management on my part, to be honest with you, than lack of water. So anyhow, whoa, rocks, tricky, just about fall over and hurt oneself. Anyhow, so yeah, day 15 begins. We are, and this is give or take because I didn't calculate, but we are 50 miles to Salida. Hopefully there, I'd like to take a 0 in the hostel. We'll see. When I can, I've tried, but boy, I just haven't had a signal for a few days now for the telephone. I'm still on a Canadian plan, but I'd like to contact my provider, Virgin Mobile, see if there's something they can do for me in regards to, you know, a package whilst I'm here. I'm going to be here another 20 or more days yet, and would be handy to be able to use data and stuff without, you know, a crazy price tag to it. Although, again, as I said, the last couple of days I've had no signal whatsoever in the mountains, but as you get closer to the communities, you need to organize accommodation and so on, and you kind of need data to do that. Oh well, maybe today. Okay, Jasper here. Hey, just showing you the trail this morning, giving you my good morning spiel. And don't forget, I promised today, because yesterday was an horrendously hard climb day, I promised 2 tech tips today. We'll call them tech tips. And that's tips about, could be nutrition, well in this case gear. We also talk about nutrition at times, but oh, excuse me, my allergies are killing me again. Gear, so I two things today. I haven't decided what they'll be, but 2 things. Okay. Okay. We are hoping to end section 12 within the next couple of hours and begin section 13. Don't forget, if you are following me on my hike, oh, pretty little kind of waterfall through those rocks, to a little brook creek crossing the trail. Not quite. So yeah, don't forget, if you're following me using the Colorado Trail Book, right now we are on section 12, which we will be finishing in a couple hours and starting section 13. And there are a total of 28 sections. Okay. A little hill here to climb. Little teeny weeny hill. Little bump. It's pretty much theoretically downhill as we descend, but there was a bit of a rise in the descent, which we're on now. And then today, another big climb over another pass, another mountain. Oh yeah. Well, let's just take a look what we see from up here. It's pretty. Well, take a look, guys. How pretty is that? We're still working on the descent from yesterday's horrendous climbs. And when we get to the trailhead, along the descent from yesterday's horrendous climbs, starts today's horrendous climbs. Right up there. That is where we get to go next. Now, some people might think, oh my God, not another one. Another person might think, oh, yippee, I can't wait to get going. Me? Well, me, I'm just in total awe of this whole experience of the Colorado Trail. 800 kilometers, 500 miles over the top of the U.S. Rockies. Oh, look, there I am now. Silver Creek Trailhead, San Isabel National Forest, U.S. Department of Agriculture. Ooh. And over here, they have a pit toilet. And then some information. Silver Creek Trailhead, the Colorado Trail. Wow. Quite amazing. Rules, regulations. Okay. I've just been taking a break here, but I want to show you an example of just a random camp area. Right here, camp areas, fire pit, logs, rocks set up as benches and seats. This is a typical Colorado and PCT camp area. And these are literally everywhere. You don't pay for them. They're not illegal. Colorado promotes outdoor activities for all its citizens. There's rules. They ask you leave no trace that you were ever here. You don't leave piles of garbage. You don't interfere with the wildlife. You simply admire it. You simply enjoy the outdoors. As you all know, I live in Ontario. And it would be nice if Ontario could maybe, I don't know, dare I say, learn a little bit from Colorado? I don't know. Anyhow, I did want to show you that, guys. My break's over. We have just finished. Oh my goodness, the steepest climb yet. We've still got a long way to go. But I had to take a break because this was steep. sheer cliffs, probably 1,500 feet, but straight up. Still haven't finished yet. We've got another, I don't know, 1,500 feet to go, but now we're back in the forest again, which is kind of nice. Beautiful, beautiful, tall pine forests. Just take a look. Are those beautiful? Or are those beautiful? I thought so. Okay, let's carry on. Well, a little earlier, we were talking about the trail ahead, the mountains, and you know, some people might think, oh my God. Some people might think, no way. And other people, like me, are just in awe. But you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you something. The trail ahead looks like that. Right there. I have officially gone from being in awe to the oh my God. I don't think that's actually the trail. At least between you and I and the fence post, I hope that's not the trail up there. Because I don't know if I could get up there. I don't think I have it in me. Trail ahead of me right now. Amazing. Steep climb today. Steepest, highest grade I've seen for about 1,500, 1,800 feet for sure. But right this minute, we're into a flat zone. I'll take it. Certainly take that. Beautiful trail. Okay. Tech tip number 1 for the day is shelters and shelter footprints. So, lots of people use one-man tents, lots of people use two-man tents. I suggest you buy something that's as light as possible, as durable as possible, and as waterproof as possible. Z-Packs, great single-wall tents. They have their issues with condensation, quite expensive, but good tents. I use the Big Agnes. I use the Copper Spur UL2. I like a two-man tent, even though it's just me. I have lots of space in there. My tent with a Tyvek tarp comes in at maybe an ounce under 3 pounds. I'm happy with that. There's lower brand that are just fine, but heavier. And when you're carrying them for hundreds of miles, it becomes a challenge. Mountain Warehouse. I've used Mountain Warehouse for years on the Bruce Trail. Great tents, very durable, relatively inexpensive, and they will keep the rain out. Although when I say very durable, mine did break tent poles. Anyhow, having said that, my backup tent is a Kelty two-man. It's called the Kelty Slider. It's a two-man tent. That is a backup tent I have back at home. And I'll use that for weekends and the odd night or two here and there on the Bruce Trail. But nothing serious, because it's a little over a pound heavier than the one I'm using right now. Whew. Take a look around. Wow. Beautiful, isn't it? And something that's super, super, super important is the footprint. The footprint, it's what goes down on the ground, and then you set your tent on top of that. It is designed to keep, well, first of all, it is an area, oh, look. Take a look, see? Moose droppings right there. Moose droppings. Yep, we've got moose around. Anyhow, the footprint is designed, it gives you a layer of insulation between you and the ground, but primarily it is to protect the bathtub or the bottom of your tent. Manufacturers usually make a footprint for a specific tent, and they tend to be ridiculously expensive. Like for instance, for the Big Agnes Copper Spur, UL2. It's 105 Canadian dollars plus taxes and shipping and everything else. I use Tyvek. Tyvek is lightweight, lighter than the regular footprint, super durable. Used it for years. Well, it's perfect. What have we got here? No. Take a look. It's okay.
Hi.
Hello. It's fine. Is he okay? Can I say hello? Hey there. How are you doing? Look, we've got a friend. We got a friend right here. I'm just recording a little bit of YouTube, but I'll turn that off now. So as we were talking about shelters, before I was interrupted by that very friendly, I don't know if it's a black lab, I'm not sure if it was, but anyhow, I had a good kind of few minutes with the dog, very friendly, and that was great. Let me show you the trail as we chit-chat. So yeah, shelters. So yeah, I use the, as I've said, the Copper Spur UL2. That's the one my daughter's bought me. You can get the same kind of tent in a single person version if you choose to. I choose a two-person tent because I like to put my backpack inside. If I'm stuck in rain for a day, I've got a little bit of space. I can do more than just lay in my tent. You know, at least I have an area where I can sit and, you know, do my journal, look at maps and so on. On it, Nemo. Nemo is doing a great job with their tents. Also, the Nemo Ornate is a two-person tent, and I'm seeing Nemo more and more on trail. One issue I find with Big Agnes, there's lots of reports of poor customer service. The actual tent itself is a great tent. There's no doubt about it. But very poor customer service. And apparently one of the creators, founders of Big Agnes, broke away for that very reason and created the Nemo company. So it's probably a tent that's just as good as a Big Agnes, but maybe with better customer support. Yeah, so a little bit about tents for our tech talk today, and tent footprint. So, and yes, as I was saying, Tyvek is what I use. I like Tyvek. It's very light. Tyvek is lighter than any other manufactured kind of footprint for a particular tent, and just as, if not more so, durable. It will protect the bathtub of your tent perfectly. Okay, we are descending down the side of the mountain that we've been summiting most of the day. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, and I did stop and have a little bite of lunch at the top because I was really hungry. It's one thing about this hiking, my goodness, makes me hungry. Anyhow, we're going to keep laying down some miles and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Up the trail, supposedly got into gut hooks. As of July the 30th, there was a stream that was running well. However, I'm relying on that for my camp water, so we'll see. Okay, as promised, tech tip number 2 today. So 2 tech tips today. So first of all, The first tech tip today was about shelters, tents. Second one today is about water filters. Water filters. So, okay, the big brands out there, Sawyer and the Cottonwood Springs. There's others, but those are the big names. Oh, we got good water here, and we're definitely going to get dinner water from here. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, but anyhow, those are the big names. Tell you what, I'm going to filter the water first, and then we're going to continue with this. Stand by. Okay. So, how rude of me, but I just came across that water source, and I thought, you know what, that's pretty much a perfect time, 4 o'clock, for me to filter my camp water for tonight and tomorrow morning. Pack's 5 pounds heavier than it was just a little while ago, but I also washed my feet. It felt good. Icy cold, but it felt good. My feet feel good right now. Anyhow, okay. So after I wash my feet in the river, you can see, or the stream, you can see the need for a good filter. Oh, geez. I'm gonna kill myself here. Sawyer and Cottonwood, 2 names. Now, they both make exceptional filters. I have used both. I am using the Cottonwood Springs right now. You know what? It originally has a better flow than the Sawyer Squeeze. However, it is slowing down quite a bit now, and that's because the filter does start to get clogged, and you have to clean them. And I keep trying to clean them with the process that's required by partially filling one of the collection bags and shaking the bag with the filter in it, and this is supposed to rinse out the contaminant. Fine. And that's how you clean the Cottonwood. With the Sawyer, you back flush it, so you flush it the opposite way to which the flow of water would be when it's filtering. I actually like that system better, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, I think I like, it's hard to say. I'll know better at the end of this hike, so no, I'm going to withhold that comment. They both make good filters. One thing about Sawyer is this. If you buy a Sawyer, when you buy a Sawyer, whatever, make sure you get a replacement of some kind collection bag. The bags that Sawyer send and sell are garbage. They split around the seams. People say, oh, well, mine hasn't. Well, that's because you ain't using it. If you're going to be out here using it, it's going to split. It's going to fail. It's going to let you down. And you always need to have a backup bag with you. Believe me. Even with the Cottonwood, I have the collection bag. I have a backup collection bag. Just in case something splits. For the Sawyer, the smart water bottle, this is a smart water bottle here, that thread fits the Sawyer. Same with the larger size bottles. That is one of the reasons through hikers use smart bottles, because they fit Sawyer. And you can fill one of those up with clean water, screw it on the opposite way to the Sawyer filter, squirt like crazy, and that will take out all the contaminants. I think for that reason alone, I prefer the Sawyer Squeeze. I have the Sawyer Mini. Sawyer also make a Sawyer Micro. I haven't tried that one. I've used the Sawyer Mini and the Sawyer Squeeze. I like them both. My first through hike of the Bruce Trail, I used the Sawyer Mini. I had no problems with it. My yo-yo of the Bruce Trail and the Ganarasker, I used the Sawyer Squeeze. For the Oak Ridges earlier this year, I used the Cottonwood Springs, and so far on this particular trail, the Colorado Trail, I'm also using the Cottonwood Springs. So there you go, tech tips for today. Boop. Okay, here we go. Trail ahead of us. Looks like we've got a bit of a climb coming up. Looks like a little rocky. In certain spots, it's very much like the Arizona Trail, very dry, deserty. And then in other spots, it's very much kind of like the Bruce Trail or the Appalachian Trail, kind of wet and so on. Like, look behind you. That looks just like the Bruce or the Appalachian. Okay, I'm going to put you away while I climb up this rock face almost. Bye-bye. So you're never going to believe what just happened to me. I was planning in my mind over the next 2 or 3 days my approach to Salida and how much food I have. And I thought to myself, you know what, Jasper, you are maybe one dinner short. I'm not kidding you when I tell you a gentleman from Missouri out on a day hike passed me the other way. He stopped me and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine." He said, "Have you got enough supplies?" I said, "I do." He said, "I've got an extra Mountain House dinner here." I said, "You do?" He said, "Yes." I said, "I was just planning my meals just moments ago, and I realized I was short a dinner." He gave me the Mountain House dinner, which is biscuits and gravy. The gentleman, I can't tell you his name. He's from Missouri. Now, is that trail magic? I think so. Is he a trail angel? Most definitely. Hey, you just never know what's going to happen next. Speaking of that, just take a little look ahead of me here. All of a sudden, we've got this like convoy, this tramway heading down the trail, all heading to the Cottonwood Springs. Now there you can camp, which is a fee you pay. You can rent a bunk in the dorm, in the hostel, which we did like in Breckenridge. And you can spend the evening soaking in the hot springs. It's $65, no, sorry, $55 for my bunk and the soaking in the hot springs, shower, the whole bit. I jumped on it. Okay. You just never know what's going to happen when you're on trail. You just never ever know. Oh, I'm one of the guys, girls, taking her little break, having a beverage as we head down here. It's been a very warm afternoon. So hey, things just have a way of happening on trail. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Cottonwood Springs Hostel. Let me see if I can show you some of the springs themselves. It's getting a little dark now, but I noticed earlier from this balcony you could maybe see, yeah, there's the springs way over there. Oh, different pools of different temperatures, surrounded by the hills, the mountains. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Busy place. Motel. Oh, there's the sign right up there. Look. Cottonwood Springs Inn and Spa. Okay. Busy place. Hey, I haven't calculated the miles today, but it's around 15 and a half, maybe. Between 15 and 16. Tired. I had a good soak in the springs. I had a good shower, shave, food, my coffee. I'm going to climb in my bunk pretty damn soon. Early in the morning, we'll be taking off. I'll be leaving here, and I'll be heading south on the Colorado Trail. I'll talk to you then. Good night.